I just touched his shoulder, so I know that he is touchable. Put 40 on my clock and then I turn into a Huxtable. Y'all don't know about that Rumble, man.
Nah, you good.
It's Rumble. Sir, got a question. What made you a Celtics fan?
Anything possible?
Pretty much when I started watching basketball, that's who I started watching. Like my first experience watching basketball was in finals. Not the finals everybody think. See, everybody think I joined them when they won. I actually joined them when they lost. That year they lost to Kobe and them in Game 7.
When my boy Ron Artest said, "Hey, he passed me the ball. I shot a 3. Kobe don't never pass me the ball."
But I don't know, man. That's just who I always like. I always like Paul Pierce and KG, and then I was always a big Kyrie fan. So when he went there, I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna start supporting them. Then Kyrie did what Kyrie did. I couldn't rock with him no more. But thankfully, we have my light skinned Lord and Savior Jason Tatum step in, and you know what I'm saying. So shout out to Celtics.
What Kyrie did? I don't recall what Kyrie
Kyrie
did.
said he was gonna be back then.
I mean, he told every team that.
Sound about right. You gotta do it to Dallas now.
You know? Nah, this might be his last stop for real. Nigga getting old. How old is really getting old though? Especially in basketball terms. Vince plays, he was 88.
And a half.
Bro, I wish Els was here, bro. Because earlier, me, him, and his cousin had a conversation. And I'm gonna say this while I finish sending this link out. How good was AI really to y'all?
I feel like I see what his head is, bro.
I mean, you probably do, but I just basically we were talking. It was like they don't feel like I told him I think Luka's better than Allen Iverson for obvious reasons, and they weren't trying to hear it. So, like, really, how good was Allen Iverson in y'all's opinion?
Well, for one, you know they weren't going to hear that. Come on,
they biased, so like, of course they're gonna say that AI was good. Though, like, I feel like AI is appropriately rated. I don't think nobody, unless you a Philly fan, like nobody drag AI.
Yeah, I'm the only people that really like overrate him. From being honest,
I mean, he was good. He was cold. He was a dog. Like, everybody know AI good. I ain't gonna say he was better than Luka. But I also feel like we can't. I feel like we do this thing where we're always comparing young players to all-time greats. Like, Luka's still a young player. Luka's still developing into his own. You know what I'm saying? So
come on, dog. Luka been playing pro since he was 12. Come on, dog.
I don't think it's fair to make them comparisons now. You know what I'm saying, to Luka and AI. It's just a generation gap. Same thing when people bring up, LeBron and Jordan. You know what I mean? Like, Jordan did his thing, LeBron doing his thing. Like, they both equally great players, but we can credit one without having to knock the other. That's just how I feel, though.
One per se trying to knock AI. We're just talking about championship teams, and I was like, man, I feel like you could swap Luka and AI for the two teams that they took to the chip, and the Mavericks. To me, I don't think they would have made it as far without Luka.
I don't think they would have, honestly.
Because, and it's not even, I told him it's not a knock at AI. It's just and that's why I told him, I was like, yeah, it's an era thing, because in this new generation, like back when AI was playing, it was like he was cooking everybody. I'm like, yeah, but no one's playing one-on-one defense no more.
That's what I'm saying. Like, we can't really compare eras or their careers at this point, because Luka's still young. Like, AI, by the time he was done, he done had his MVP. He done took a trip to the finals. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. All Luka's done so far is take his team to the finals. But you look at when AI was playing, okay, the East was significantly weaker back then. They had less comp. It was just him and, Raja Bell and all of them, Dikembe and all of them. Versus Luka, you look at what he's doing in the Western Conference, which is stacked and loaded. You got LeBron, you got Curry, you got Ant, you got Shea over there. So I think that's the biggest difference. But I don't know. I feel like those are not. That's not really a good comparison for players because there's a lot of nuances and a lot of fine print that's involved.
I got you. But let's get into it, man. Welcome back to another episode of The Lounge. Basketball is back. What Tatum said? We did it. But joining you as always, I'm your host, The Lounge heavyweight champ himself, Mr. J. Joining me to my left, it'll probably be y'all right, is my boy, the 11-time kickball champ himself, Mr. Luce's left foot, a.k.a. Rico. What's going on with you, man?
Good to have my thunder back.
I think Mike just jumped off a bridge for a second. Say it again.
Good to have my thunder back.
Daggone, boy.
Yeah, my trip. I thought it was me. While we waiting on him to fix that.
It's your mic check, brother.
Coming down here, we got the man, the myth, the legend. This is just an inspirational figure, man. Mr. Sherman Jackson. Is that DoorDash Demon? DoorDash Demon Sherman Jackson? How you doing,
Yes,
sir?
I'm waiting on my DoorDash right now, brother. I'm so hungry. Waiting on that DoorDash right now. I ordered me some chicken tenders, bruh. You know DoorDash be taxing though. That's the only thing I'm mad about. Spent like $30 on chicken tenders, bruh.
At least,
but that's how dedicated I am to being on this podcast tonight with y'all. I'm excited to get to it, man. I was excited. Basketball back, baseball back. You know what I'm saying? The World Series. We got NFL, man. Shout out to the Lounge, bro. We in full swing right now.
Hockey also starts this week.
Who?
Just putting that out there. Never mind. All right, look, man. Since we're in the basketball spirit, I want you all to blindly rank these NBA Finals champions since 2000. I'm going to give you 5 of them at random, and you have to blindly rank them from 5 to 1 or 1 to 5, however y'all want to do it.
Right.
So, are you guys ready?
Hold on,
I'm going to
say
start
that
y'all
again.
off with something. So, I'm going to name 5 NBA champions since 2000. You just blindly rank them. Where y'all
teams
feel
or
they'll
players?
teams, because you're not going to know the next one. Just like we do our blind rankings with players and stuff.
Bet.
The first team on this list is the 20 Lakers.
All right, hello. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, he sound good, my boy.
Yeah, we get you. Did you hear? Did you hear what
No.
we said? Or do I
My
need to
bad.
repeat?
Repeat that for me.
Basically, we're going to do a blind ranking of 5 NBA Finals teams since 2000, basically.
Okay, cool.
The first team is the 2020 Bubble Lakers.
The Bubble Lakers, I'm gonna put them at 3. They had a good defense though. I'm gonna put them at 3.
I'm cool with it.
Good with 3. Next, the 2010 Los Angeles, another team we just talked about.
2010 Lakers.
Yeah,
I'm willing to go too.
That's Kobe and them. I'll put them at 2. Mind you, they should have lost that championship, bro. Kendrick Perkins got towards ACL, bro, in Game 6. He didn't play the rest of the series. The Celtics would have won that series now. But, hey, you know how the Kobe fans get.
hey, you know, you got 2 and 3 taken. So let's go to the 2023 Denver Nuggets.
Ooh. I'm going to put them at 4, probably.
4?
I'm going to put them at 4,
Okay.
yeah. They championship run, and mind you, I think it's just because they played the Heat in the finals, and the Heat just sucked, and that finals was awful. That was one of the most boring finals we've had. I'm not going to lie. Because the Heat sucked. They were awful. They didn't show up
Pretty
at all.
Hey, you
They
good?
shouldn't have been there at all, but it should have been the Celtics. But we're not
Good
gonna talk
job.
about that. We're not gonna talk about that. But shout out to the Nuggets, man. I'm gonna put it at 4 probably.
Next team, the 13 Miami Heat.
Wait, which Miami?
2013 Heat.
13 Heat. That's the year Bron
Okay.
should have had deep in the MVP.
All right, that's the year. That's when Ray Allen hit that shot.
Yeah, I can go one for
Yeah,
sure.
that's one. That got to be one. It can't be 5, so it got to be one.
Y'all say the 5 spot, man. That would have been T17 Golden State Warriors.
2017.
Dang, they have 5. Dang, it is what it is.
They just had
It's
to-
definitely better than that
You
Nuggets.
just gotta roll with it.
Yeah, so from 5 to 1, you all had 5 as Warriors. At 4, you had 23 Nuggets. At 3, you had the run for it that quick. At 3, you all had the 2020 Bucks. At 2, you had the 2010 Lakers, and at 1, you all had 2013 Heat. I'm going to see this one. Is my Wi-Fi tweaking?
Yes,
Hello?
tremendously.
Yeah, you kind of skipping.
He still is. Y'all hear me still, or is it just doing that?
Keep going. Keep going.
Yeah, I can somewhere here.
Don't y'all hear me?
Nah, fam. It ain't.
All right,
it ain't really
moving
keep going.
on. All right, Sherm, move us into the NFL for a second. Let me do this.
All right. Hold on. Well, they don't took my DoorDash to the wrong house, bruh. I'm so sick, bro. I'm so sick. The dude just showed me a photo. I'm like, that ain't my crib, bruh.
Somebody took all on your chicken tender, man.
Finna get my bread back. That's what I'm finna do. Jay, you back? What's good? What's the word? Oh Lord, he froze. Anyway, bro, let's talk about the NFL, man. We had a very interesting week 7. I feel like you know, I think the playoff picture is fine. It's starting to crystallize a little bit as far as what teams are going to make it. Because you know, the beginning of the year, some teams kind of underperform, but now teams are shaping up. The good are separating themselves from the great. The bad is separating themselves from the decent. You know what I mean? But we also saw some impactful injuries occur in week 7. You know, Chris Godwin obviously going down, but also throughout the league, man. I feel like a lot of important players are going down with the injury. Well, what you think? What y'all think the most impactful injury is right now?
Well, I think the Bucks they missing Mike Evans too. I think that I don't know the Bucks. I think all around the Bucks, this next week gonna show a lot about them because some important pieces. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, the Bucks.
Winfield, I think he's back.
No, not him. It was somebody else that got hurt last game.
Can you hear me okay now?
Yeah, for the most part. Yeah. Well,
Yo,
I think he lagged out or something.
hold on, bro. We might as well just start over.
Lucky, cause we can just breathe back through that first part.
Low key need to stop the live though. Man, I got my chicken tenders. We eating good, buddy.
Oh, you finally got him?
Yeah. Good in the neighborhood. Oh, sorry. Look at the Celtics, bro.
Oh yeah, you got this shit pulled over.
You know, OKC don't know what a ring is like.
Don't do that. Don't do that. And ain't no reason OKC got to get it straight.
Man.
They ain't even playing yet, man. Watch out. I'm ready for the Lakers game.
Oh, yeah. I'm tapped in. I said this on IG. This is the most excited I've been about an NBA season in a long time. I mean, it's like a lot of hype, you know, about this season.
Nah, I ain't ready to see some shit.
Because I think it's because last year, well, the past couple years, I was feeling depressed because the Celtics will always lose in the playoffs. So basketball, it brings me joy.
Now you feeling good.
But then last year, going into the season, I was like, man, we finna cruise control. Because I looked around after that Porzingis trade, I was like, we the best team in the league. So I wasn't even impressed last year. So I didn't watch a lot of games. I was just chilling. But this year, I'm actually excited because I like our chances to repeat. And I like some of these other teams around the league, which we'll talk about later. I'm very, very entertained by them. So,
All right, am I back now?
yeah, you good. You good.
All right. What did I miss? I'm so sorry.
Nah, we say we might as well just start over, bro.
You talking about the stream? Stream still going. What you talking about?
We're saying start over.
Oh, I got you. Okay. All right. Yeah. All right. Hopping right into it. Sorry about that. Internet decided to jump off a bridge. We have. Well, first start off in the NFL. I heard y'all mention impactful injuries a little bit. I think my biggest one is going to be that Chris Godwin one because the Bucks were in very good shape to kind of win their division, and now it's just looking like
well, not just
playing
him.
your throat over there.
Not just him, bro. Mike Evans is out 3 weeks too.
Yep.
So they down both their starting, and those are two elite wide receivers too.
And they just got Antoine Winfield back, but now everybody else hurt.
Yeah.
So that's
it was another safety last night that got hurt too. I can't remember his name.
How do y'all feel about Baker though? I know we're talking about injuries right now, but how do y'all feel about Baker?
Oh, I love Baker now. I love Baker. That's my guy.
I think that I was talking to Els about this earlier. I'm like, Baker was highly touted coming out of college. I think he's finally hitting that potential. I know he throws a lot of picks, but my thing about Baker is, bro, he's a gunslinger. Always been one. I feel like when you a gunslinger type of quarterback, bro, that I feel like you just gonna throw picks, bro. Look at every single real gunslinger we got, bro. They throw a lot of touchdowns and they throw a lot of picks.
But the problem with Baker is he likes to take a lot of chances, but he'll get frantic a little bit. Like you saw one of the picks he threw last night to Kyle Hamilton. Like
I did not watch it last night.
Okay, they're playing cover 4 in the red zone. Everybody dropping back. All the wide receivers are blanketed. And you see Baker sitting in the pocket, patting the ball. He's literally sitting there for like 10 seconds trying to make a read. And Peyton Manning was all over this. Just throw the ball away and move on to the next play. It's first down. It's not fourth down. The game's not on the line. It's first down in the first half. But that's part of what Baker's problem is. Sometimes he tries to do too much. And that's where we start to see some interceptions and some turnovers. But I think he's a decent quarterback. You know, I think he's top 15 in the league. I don't think there's an argument about that.
100%. He might be a little higher than 15.
I really think he fit in what they got going on, though. I like it.
Yeah, but without them receivers,
get a little
struggle a little bit. I think we'll see him connect a little bit more with K-Dot in their tight end. Bucky Irvin, their rookie running back, he's been exceptional for them this year. You know, maybe get him involved in the passing game some more. And Sterling Shepard, man, I like what I've seen out of Sterling Shepard, you know, in some games. You know, I was a wide receiver. He was very good for the Giants before some injuries, but now they're gonna need him to step up. You know, these next 3 weeks for sure.
Another big injury as well too. That Jaden Daniels injury is gonna hurt Washington. It may help Washington though. You know, you want Jaden to come through and do his thing and play, but you know, with Washington, you may want to get another draft pick so you can pair more with him.
Nah, I disagree, bro. I think they was in good shape to win the division. It was in very good shape. They still in good shape.
They still might.
I don't think his injury is that serious. I think he'll probably miss this game against the Bears. You know what I mean? But I don't know. I just hope it's not a long-term thing for him, you know?
1,000%. And the last one that's really big, significant for me, Marlon Humphreys got hurt in that Baltimore game as well.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, he did.
Mm-hmm.
What else is new, though?
There was a lot of injuries in that game.
Do you all think, real quick, and then we'll keep it moving, do y'all think that Deshaun Watson has played his last snap as the Browns quarterback?
I say no, because that contract, I don't think they're gonna eat it. I don't think they will.
I say yes. I think yes. As a starter.
Well, no. See, he didn't say that. No.
Okay. Last snap, maybe. I think he'll be backing up next year when he gets back. Well, he might miss all of next year.
As a starter, yeah.
He told his Achilles. He cooked. Yeah, at least
he might miss. Well, it's still early enough in the season where he can come back, you know, but he might miss a good chunk up until, you know, December of next year. So at that point, they might as well just sit him the whole year.
I think you would have to fight for a spot next year. Anyway.
That Aaron Rodgers surgery where he can come back in a month.
Nah.
That's just for the media to get Aaron Rodgers' attention, but we ain't gonna talk about that.
Aaron Rodgers barely did that, so hell no.
Aaron Rodgers didn't come.
Hey, I'll tell y'all an injury that really. Well, first of all, before I move on, I think Kirk Cousins got hurt. He tore his Achilles the same point last year, and he was back by the start of the season. So maybe Deshaun could get back by the start of the season next year.
He wasn't fully healthy though.
I was just finna say that.
But I will say this too. So another set of injuries, I should say. The 49ers, man, they're just a mess right now. They're a hospital right now. You got McCaffrey out, Brandon Ayuk. Shout out to the kid. He got his money, but he just tore his ACL and MCL. Debo Samuel, I don't know what he got going on. They need to go ahead and trade that.
Yeah, he was GB. I don't know, man.
They need to get him out there.
Yeah, the coolest.
Now he's sick. He got pneumonia. I feel bad for him, but it's always something with Debo Samuel, ain't it? Always something.
Yeah, it is. 1,000%.
George Kittle, he's hurt. He got a sprained foot right now. You know, so it's a lot of injuries out in San Francisco. Their defense is beat up as well, and I'm very concerned for them and their playoff chances moving forward.
I get next man up, but dog, eventually you run out of next man, don't it?
Even the next man, Jawan Jennings was hurt. They said their best receiver got shot 2 months ago. Right now, like, that's insane.
Oh yeah, I'm talking about my boy Ricky.
Yeah, Ricky. They're saying McCaffrey might come back in about 2 weeks after their bye week, so They got the Cowboys, and I think they got a bye. So
They run out next
they
week.
should be back by then.
But shout out to Brock for shout out to Brock for doing as much as he can with the team. Yeah, he's really improved a lot. A lot of credit for that. And man, his mechanics look so much better than what they did last year. I was talking about that earlier. Like Brock's mechanics, he looks so much more comfortable throwing the ball. Now his decision making isn't all the way there yet, but he's only second year guy.
Brock?
Yeah.
This is year 3.
I was year 3. But that's still pretty young, especially for a quarterback.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
For the most part.
But let's do a quick round of contenders and pretenders. We don't got to spend too much time because I want to talk a lot more time on this trade market. So contenders, pretenders, Texans.
Contenders.
I don't know, bro. I'm a Packers fan, and I'll tell you, we should have that shouldn't have been the reason we lost that. Well, we won the game. We played well down the stretch, but if Jordan Love decides to want to tap into his inner Brett Favre and you don't take advantage of that, that is 1,000% your fault. CJ did not play very well
at all.
Listen, no means.
I said it. I don't want to be called a hater, but I ain't a big believer in CJ Stroud. I think he's a good quarterback, but people was putting him on that Mahomes Burrow level. He ain't there yet.
He ain't say all that, nah.
They were. Hey, before the season, people definitely were.
Somebody had I'm not even trying to shift back, but somebody had him ranked higher than Jordan Love.
Yeah, well, maybe not Mahomes. I shouldn't say Mahomes. Nobody put him up there, but
I saw him top 10 though.
Yeah,
I saw him top 10.
Top 10, top 5. Joe Burrow, Josh Allen. They were saying
top 5 kind of wild. Top 5 kind of wild.
Top 10 is not. Top 10 is wild. What?
He ain't there yet. When you look at what he did,
I'll rip top 5. Wow.
And I said this preseason. I've been all over this with the Texans team. I said last year y'all had one of the easiest schedules in the league. Y'all was beating up on starting teams. But heck, they went out and they lost to the Panthers last year. You know how horrible the Panthers are. I said
caught a lot of people by surprise.
For whatever reason, CJ Stroud is significantly struggling on the road. And that's been a repeat thing that we've seen in these first 2 years. He struggles on the road. I don't know for whatever reason. But their play calling too is kind of weird, man. Like they're very heavy on the run. You know, I'm not mad at it because I got Joe Mixon in fantasy, but it's like they use a lot of running, especially on early downs. And I'm like, you got Stephon Diggs, you got Tank Dell, you got Nico Collins when he's healthy. Like, play action, let that thing fly. You know what I'm saying? We got to run the ball 90% of the time.
You know, part of it could be DeMarco and what you call that coach? Not DeMarco, DeMeco Ryans. Part of it, his philosophy could just be old school football, which ain't gonna get them very far.
Maybe. But I will say with Houston, they do have a very good defense over there. So that's going to carry them. I felt like going into the week, obviously I picked them to beat the Packers. I felt like Houston was ready to take that step into becoming contenders. And that loss to the Packers really opened my eyes a little bit to where I'm like, whoa, maybe they're a good team. I don't think they're a great team.
Are you sure that the Packers aren't just better than what you thought we were?
No, the Packers are atrocious, man.
I'm not understanding how we're atrocious. Like what?
Listen, I'll say this. I don't think the Packers are good, but I think y'all's coach is one of the best coaches in the league. He don't get any credit. LaFleur, I don't think LaFleur gets nearly enough credit for the coaching performance that he's provided. Because when Aaron Rodgers was there, it was always on A-Rod. And then the next couple of years, they weren't really all that. But I think LaFleur is one of the best coaches in the league. And I think he's got y'all boys playing at a level that's above y'all skis a little bit. I'm not trying to sound like a hater, but I think the Packers are going to get exposed at some point. It just ain't today.
But y'all said that last year too, and we were literally one bad throw away from what?
Well, knocking off one bad throw away. Don't do that.
We're a bad throw away from knocking off the Niners. I believe if he don't tap into if he tap into Aaron Rodgers and not Brett Favre, it's something about quarterback in Green Bay. You either tap into Aaron Rodgers or Brett Favre. It ain't no meet in the middle, ain't no none of that.
No, nah, I can't let you do that one because really, people thought y'all losing the first round. Come on now.
I mean, I didn't, but I knew what we had. I hate being that guy, but I just you know what you got. Like you feel about your teams, you just know what you got. That weapons room over there is getting deeper by the week.
Shout out to Tucker Craft, man. Shout out to the kid.
He is on my
that
team.
weapons room is getting deeper by the. You should feel bad because you intentionally drafted Travis Kelce, so I couldn't draft him. And now he sucks.
No, that's not really. That's not why. You can't tell me that's not a good pick.
Moving on.
Come on now.
Falcons, contenders, pretenders. I think that the Falcons should win their nigga. Hold on now. They should win their division, yes, but they're not a contender strictly off the fact of that front seven is atrocious. Oh my god, the back end is pretty good. They don't get beat. They don't get just beat. Yeah, that front seven is atrocious. They should have drafted Byron.
That's what they brought in Judon for, ain't it?
Judon, but they've been putting him in coverage. I don't know what their philosophy has been. They drafted edge rusher and been putting him in coverage. They should have drafted Byron Murphy and let him work alongside Grady Jarrett and bolster up the interior D line because your secondary is gonna be fine. They don't literally, sir. If you watch, they don't get beat to the outside. DK had a good play.
They got Simmons and they got
Terrell. They got
used to play for the Bengals.
Jesse Bates.
Yeah,
AJ Terrell.
The best safeties in the league. So
and they're really good, but you beat them inside everything. You can run up the middle on them. You can throw it in between the numbers. That's what beats them. Do I think Kirk Cousins was the answer at QB? Not necessarily, but do I feel like, hey, you were gonna get some decent production out of Kirk? Yes, because Kirk Cousins has always made the best of whatever situation he's in. You should have went D lineman on. You should have drafted Byron Murphy. He was sitting right there. I don't understand it. So I'm gonna say pretenders from the fact that when they get in the playoffs and somebody go up on them, if they play a team like, say they play a team like the Packers, say they play a somewhat competent Niners team with Christian McCaffrey, these teams are just gonna run the ball. As soon as they get up a touchdown, they're gonna run the ball, and you're not gonna be able to stop it.
Well, not the Packers. You know what happened every time.
We got Josh Jacobs, bro. We didn't play out in the playoffs. We played out at the beginning of last season. Played out at the beginning of last season and lost by a kick. By the way, lost by a kick. By the way, just putting that out there.
Win is a win.
I'm saying we've gotten better since then. But even then, y'all interior D line has gotten worse. We see it on a weekly basis.
But y'all always find a way to lose us, man. That's crazy.
Bro, I don't understand how you starting to get on the Packers. You got so many other big fish to fry. You have so many other big fish to fry with this team, and you worry about what a team in another division who don't play you this year doing.
I say this, man. Last week I came on the podcast. I said the Falcons are a dark horse to make the Super Bowl, and then they go out and they get eviscerated by Seattle. But I still feel the same way, man. I'm still very high on this Falcons team. Because I think their offense, it was cold yesterday or Sunday, I should say, but I think their offense is good enough to execute. The defense has got to keep the game close. Just keep the game close, defense. That's it. And our offense can execute. Our offense can get down, get those clutch scores when we need them. And they're going to be in the playoffs most likely, by winning the division. They got Tampa this week, who's beat up, and they already beat Tampa earlier. The Panthers are, you know what I mean? Yeah, go on, boy. So I think they're definitely going to win the division. So they're going to be in the top 4. They're going to have home field advantage. And the NFC is not – the Falcons could easily – well, you got the Lions, obviously, but the Falcons could easily be the 2 seed. You know what I mean? So –
I can tell you what they need to work on, though. They quick to get away from the run. Like, if they – they get away from on the run and just start passing, just drop back.
Mm-hmm.
Before you know it, I can't stand when they do that.
But when you got a weapons room like that, you can't be mad at it. This is what we've been waiting on.
You got to keep some type of consistent run flow in there. You got to.
These last 2 weeks, they ran the ball quite well, and they just got blasted this week. Like, y'all are 24th in rush defense. That's what's going to get y'all. Y'all pass defense is really good. Y'all in the top half of the league in pass defense. Y'all are at the bottom in rush defense. They can't stop the run, and they can't get no pressure on the quarterback. Even though your secondary make up for a lot of that, y'all are last in the league in sacks this year, bro. So like, it's just weird. Like usually the Falcons are really good defensively, which is so weird. Usually the Falcons defense is what you hold your head on.
I mean, they not.
What do you real quick? What do you draft this year if you Falcons? What do you draft this year?
I mean, realistically, some on defense, I would say.
Best player available. You asking what do I draft, but you got to tell me where are we picking in the draft? You know what I'm saying?
Since you more than likely gonna make the playoffs, you probably picking somewhere between like I say 15 and like 23ish in that range.
So let's talk about it. You got quarterback set, you got running back set, you got receiver set. You don't need nothing. So we looking at probably O-line, but their O-line's okay. Their O-line's okay. So we're probably looking at that, or we're looking at defense. I think their linebackers could bolster up. I think their edge rushers need some bolster up. Because they ain't sent Judon, did they?
I don't know.
I think Judon's still on his 1-year deal, so
I hope they go through and extend them because they don't. I feel like if they use this year as an evaluation of what you really have in Matthew Judon, then you're messing yourself up. Because he's a linebacker, but you're throwing him out there in coverage. Like there's no reason he's an edge rusher in week 6. What are we, week 6 or 7?
7.
We're in week 7, and one of the better edge rushers from last year only has 1.5 sacks this year.
I mean, but that could be due to multiple things. Yeah.
Let's talk about some trades, bro.
Okay.
I've been hearing about
hey
from Cleveland
because we talking about edge help, and I saw this rumor on Twitter. I was obviously false, but I saw people on Twitter said Max Crosby was spotted in the Atlanta airport. I said dago, but it was obviously false because he played for the Raiders on Sunday. But hey, man, Max Crosby. The Falcons get Max Crosby. We having a conversation now.
Do you think they get rid of Max Crosby?
The Raiders?
Yeah. You think
they get rid of anybody for the right price? Listen. There's certain positions that you gotta keep for your culture. You know what I'm saying? If you have a star quarterback, you don't move on from that. If you have a star wide receiver, you don't move on from that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Running back, edge rusher, you know what I'm saying? They could be had for the right price.
We can make a sacrifice.
I think Max Crosby is going to be ridiculously expensive to acquire, but I think he's sure. So if I'm looking at the Falcons, I mean, shoot, I'd offer up a first-round pick for him right now if I was their GM. But realistically, they probably won't offer up maybe 2 seconds and some other compensation for him.
Max Crosby is a dog.
I've been saying Myles Garrett and some trade rumors.
I don't think Myles Garrett. I don't think.
Go ahead. Why'd you pause?
Who, me?
Yeah, why'd you stop?
Oh, that's all I was gonna say. I was gonna say I don't think Cleveland's getting rid of Myles Garrett.
The thing about these,
I think the price get high enough, they might do it. I don't know.
But that's the thing. What is the price for these guys? Some of these guys just feel like you're gonna price yourself out of the market because they are that caliber of a player. Do you get what I'm saying? Like where is the price for a what you call it? What is the price for somebody like a Max Crosby or Myles Garrett? Because I feel like Myles Garrett is gonna be what? Multiple first rounds type of player?
Maybe
name the last player that got traded for a first round pick.
For a first round pick?
Yeah. You can't teams don't trade first rounders like that. I think it's second round. Was
Aaron Rodgers won't trade it for a first round pick?
Yeah, he did.
No. He was traded?
I'm talking about when he got traded from Green Bay. What did he get traded for?
He was no first
I
round
don't.
pick.
It
I say
wasn't
that much. The Jets are idiots if they did that.
Nah, it definitely wasn't the first round pick. The last player to get traded for a first round pick, what I'm seeing is Jamal Adams.
Who?
Huh, come on, man.
Jamal. Oh, that's disgusting.
DeForest Buckner was another one that got traded for that.
But hey,
Stephon
DeForest
Diggs.
Buckner, that was a draft day trade, wasn't it? Oh no, I'm tripping. He was with the Niners.
It might have been a draft day trade.
No, he was with the Niners before, and then they traded him.
You know, the Colts.
I remember because I was very surprised.
This when they acquired him from the Colts.
Hey,
no, the Colts got him from San Fran.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This one he got traded from the Colts.
No, he got traded from San Fran to the Colts.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
That's what I'm saying. And then the other one before that was Stephon Diggs, but he got traded for Justin Jefferson. So
I was gonna say Jalen Ramsey. I knew Jalen Ramsey got traded for a first round pick, but I didn't think it was the most recent one.
But the point is, all these trades are occurring in the offseason around the draft. You know what I mean? They're occurring at a point where teams already know what that pick is.
Yeah, we already know.
For example, when Minnesota traded Stephon Diggs, they already knew they was going to get, the 17th or 18th pick, whatever it was. They already knew that. But no team has ever traded a future first round pick that you have no idea what it is, because it could be. Hell, look at the Panthers and Bears. They traded away their first round pick. Next thing you know is Caleb Williams. You know what I'm saying? So you never know what that first rounder is. I don't think teams are willing to trade that until they know exactly where they're picking. So we look at compensation; it's probably going to be second. We see that.
Wow. Aaron Rodgers was the last person to get traded for a first.
It wasn't straight up first though; it was conditional.
Nah, it was the Jets' first round pick. We swapped picks though. It moved us up. We ended up swapping picks. We did. The Jets received Aaron Rodgers, the Packers' first round pick, which is pick 15, and the 5th round pick. The Jets and the Packers received the Jets' first round pick, which is 13, a 2nd round pick, and a 6th round pick.
Oh, that ain't really. They just went up 2 picks. I ain't really know. You're not really giving up much.
Yeah, more of a swap, man.
More of a swap, but he was technically right. But the most interesting part on this list is D-Hop, because I'm kind of pissed with D-Hop, because D-Hop, you could have signed with Kansas City. He could have signed with Buffalo. He was linked to a lot of teams, but he chose to go to Tennessee.
Hey, I'll say this though, man.
Bro. I don't think it's that simple.
I'll say this though. I put D-Hop on the list, but we got to have a conversation about Cooper Kupp and them, man, because I put D-Hop.
Oh, yeah, we just saw that today.
Before I seen this, I think the Rams are, I don't know what they're doing. I think they're idiots. If they trying to get rid of Stafford and Cooper Kupp. Now,
I think they're trying to have a fire sale over there.
Now, what I will say is there's been rumors about Minnesota. I actually wouldn't mind that. I think what that trade would be for Stafford now. I think that trade would be Sam Darnold for Matt Stafford.
Oh, got to be a quarterback in it.
You look at the Vikings, they're like, dang, Sam Darnold was playing really good, but we just drafted JJ. So they're like, let's get Sam Darnold out of here. Let's bring in Matt Stafford, who's at the end of his career, and let's win a Super Bowl. And I think from the Rams' perspective is Matt Stafford is old. He's getting injury prone. We appreciate you, bro, but we're gonna bring in Sam Darnold, who's playing good enough to win, but not good enough to where we can't replace him in the future.
And the thing about it, though, if you're Matt Stafford, I'm probably not too mad at it because we know Matt just want to win. So they're giving you the chance to win.
You want to hoop, man.
Yeah, they're giving you the chance to win.
I don't know. If I'm
Well,
at
it'll be
Stafford,
hard for me to go from LA to Minnesota.
that's what I was about to say. If I'm at Stafford, I'm trying to stay LA.
But he gonna have
But
Jettas though.
mind you, he will have Justin Jefferson, and he played Detroit for a long time. That's all I'm gonna say. Detroit do stink a little bit.
Good defense he gonna have.
So
Go ahead.
I don't think Matt Stafford is getting traded. I think that's just smoke. This Cooper Kupp stuff is very, very alarming to me because I think there's some truth behind that. And I think they're just fed up with all his injuries that he's going through. And they're like, hey, we can get a bunch of picks for him. He's expensive. He's injured. And we got Puka Nacua coming back.
And we still got Pinky nigga.
Yeah, you tired.
We got Puka coming back who's shown that talent that he can be elite in this league. So I think they're very, very, very prone to trading Cooper Kupp. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I have been seeing him getting linked in some trade rumors now. I wonder if
you blame him though.
They said the Eagles for Kupp. I don't understand that because you already got AJ and Devontae.
And Devontae ain't even been getting the rock like he has the last 2 weeks. So you're gonna get Cooper just to hold him?
They
like
said the Steelers.
Don't be surprised he end up in Kansas City. Just saying.
I wouldn't be surprised if he end up.
They said the Steelers.
I mean, they could use some weapons though.
Would you be surprised if he end up in Kansas City? I wouldn't be shocked.
And I won't be surprised at all. But I'm saying
I would because I don't think
Pittsburgh could use a weapon.
I don't think KC wants to pay him.
I hope they'll take a year rental though. For sure.
I hope he doesn't go to the Steelers because I'm a big Cooper Kupp fan. I feel like if he goes to the Steelers, let's be honest, nobody enjoys watching the Steelers. Like those games,
offense looks so weird right now.
Those games aren't fun. So for me, like being a Cooper Kupp fan, like yes, it would be good for the Steelers to win games, but from an entertainment standpoint, heck no.
I used to always mess with Ray Lewis in the business, so I was rooting against them.
I'll tell y'all right now who needs a freaking wide receiver. Them LA Chargers. The team right next to that.
I was gonna say, could you see them trading across could you see them trading them across the street like that?
Maybe.
I mean,
I wouldn't be mad at it.
They want to fix each other.
If I look at Lad McConkey, man, I'm not just saying this because they both white, but Lad McConkey looks a lot like Cooper Kupp, man. Just the way that he moves and all that stuff. But dang, the Chargers. That game pissed me off last night, bro. As a Justin Herbert fan, that game really pissed me off, man. They need a good receiver. So I kind of like D-Hop for them. I like Cortland Sutton as well. I'm not sure Denver wants to trade him within the division, but I would love to see somebody like Cortland Sutton on the Chargers. They just need somebody who can catch the daggone ball. Somebody who can create separation and somebody who can catch the ball. Because a lot of Justin Herbert's passes last night was getting breaking up because they're playing man-to-man. They play in press coverage, and the receivers can't get separation.
I had a question, but it just slipped my mind that fast. Well, basketball time.
Straight like that.
Got to, man. We coming up on our time. Got to. Let's do it. Sherm. Rookie extensions were signed. We were wondering. Well, I was wondering. I don't know if you all were, because I'm a Rockets guy. Wondering how the Rockets were going to do it. Yeah. They extended Sengun with the big extension. Gave Jalen Green the 2+1. How you feel about the Rockets, Sherm?
I like the Jalen Green extension. I'm not a big fan of the Sengun extension, though. I do like Sengun as a player, but I don't think he's proven enough to me to where he merits that contract. But we'll see. Moving into this season, it might be like he might earn it this season, you know what I'm saying, with his production. I just think so far in his career, he hasn't done that much to earn that much money. I'm not trying to hate on him, trying to hate on his bag or nothing. Mm-hmm. I just don't think – I have a problem with paying players all-star money when they haven't made an all-star team yet. Yeah. That's me personally.
Lately though, if you look,
I look back at Tobias Harris. I'm not trying to compare the situation, but I look back at when Philly paid Tobias Harris, and I'm like, why are you guys paying this dude when you got Jimmy Butler walking out the door? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They want things great.
And for the Rockets last season, their best stretch of basketball was when Sengun was out with his injury. So,
The reason I think Sengun got that contract though is because if we're being honest, and I'm not even trying to be that guy,
well, he's their best
if
player.
yeah, and to me, I like Jalen Green a lot, but Jalen Green's game is not an NBA level game. I looked at his analytics last season. Y'all know he had the worst shot percentage on open shots because he doesn't take just standing open shots. They couldn't be tracked. He took less than like 30 something just strictly standing 3-pointers. Every shot has to be difficult. Everything has to be pretty with Jalen Green. It's cool if you're making it. You know what I'm saying? Like Paul George, everything looked pretty. Paul George gonna knock his shots down. Kyrie Irving, everything looked pretty. Kyrie knocks his shots down. You know what I'm saying? Trae Young, I feel like everything Trae Young do to basketball is beautiful. But Trae Young still gonna shoot 38, 39% from three and give me 14 assists to go with it. I think that my problem with Jalen Green, I think what's gonna end up being the Rockets' problem with Jalen Green is you're a nice player, but you're not fitting into what we're doing. You know how Ime do his thing, and I'm telling y'all, if Asar Thompson can shoot at least 30-something% this year, and Reed Shepherd is as plug and play as we think he is, I don't see
what's 30 something?
I mean, bro, he shot like what? He didn't shoot last year. So if he can get into the 30s his first year, really working with an NBA shooting coach, so I can play you down the stretch and people don't play off of you. That's not a wide range when you get a guy who knows how to do everything else, a regular NBA shooting coach.
All right.
That's not Sherm, is that unrealistic?
39, I'm pretty big difference.
I didn't say 39. I said if he can get up close to 30%, if not at 30%.
Okay, if you saying 30, you saying 30, I can do it.
I didn't say 39. No, I said Trae Young gonna give me 38, 39% from three, maybe even 40.
First of all, Trae Young don't shoot that well from three.
But I'm just saying, I know he can do it. I don't know Jalen Green. I haven't seen him do it. I hope he can, but I haven't seen it.
But hey, man, I really like the Rockets team this season. I think they have a lot of depth. You know, if you've been listening to this podcast for a while, you know how high I am on Reed Shepherd. So I think him coming to the team, him folding into the mix is very, very good. But that's why I like this Jalen Green contract for the Rockets, because you're not putting a lot of pressure on Jalen Green. He's being paid exactly what he is. And if he outperforms it, guess what? He has that player option, and he can get the bag in 2 years. If he underperforms, he's not being overpaid significantly to where we can pay him and bring in, Reed Shepherd to fill in that role and some other players, because they have a lot of players on that roster. Cam Whitmore. And we haven't even mentioned the dude they took, third overall, Jabari Smith Jr.
Yeah, he's been getting better each year. They got Tari Eason over there still.
You can be able to tell him.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I said, I'm gonna be honest. If there was a year or two to see, hey, what we got going on, Jalen Green's the first one on the chopping block. This contract is manageable enough to get him off.
Yeah. I forgot they got to crash out Dylan Brooks too.
And Dylan Brooks, to me, man, Dylan Brooks has done a lot for this team, because one, he's just doing what we need you to do. Dylan, play defense, make some shots. Don't get on nobody's nerves, and he did that quite well last season.
For the most part.
But yeah, I feel like with that extension, Jalen Green just kind of they kind of just wrote. We kind of know where if they move on, we know where they move on from. So what's everybody's
be back at the table pretty soon? Either way.
I mean, yeah, but now you know how to gauge it. If you feel like he's not, like Sharon said, you feel like he's not doing what you need him to do, you can ship him off. Because the thing about Jalen Green, he has value to the right organization. He has value to the right team. Because you know what you're getting. Jalen Green is a phenomenal player. If Jalen Green plays like he played in the second half of last season, then they should have a problem keeping him. You just don't know. But what is everybody's hottest take going into the season?
Hey, man. Detroit basketball. The Detroit Pistons will make the playoffs. Not no play-in junk. The playoffs. OFFS. The Detroit Pistons are back, baby. Kay Cunningham, shout out to the kid. He gonna carry them to the promised land, man. I got the Detroit Pistons being the top 6 seed in the Eastern Conference. That's my hottest take. Y'all can take it to the bank.
Finesse, you want to go or you want me to go?
Well,
I think that this new look Grizzlies team with John, everybody back healthy, is gonna finish top 2 in the West.
Top 2. Okay.
Yeah, top 2.
Man,
It might
that
not
ain't
be
no
one by
hot take,
difference.
bruh.
To me, that's a hot
It
take
was
because
top
they're
two when
only.
he was healthy.
Yeah, but I feel like now that this team's just gotten better. I think that, to be honest, the only team that I don't think they're just leaps and bounds better than is the Thunder. I think I can have a conversation about most other teams.
I really like the Grizzlies this year if they can stay healthy. I wasn't sure about Zach Edey coming out the draft, but I think he went to the perfect team for his skill sets. The one thing about Memphis is the thing that's always gotten them, man. Health. Jaren Jackson Jr. He's already hurt. That's always been their downside, man. But I do like what Memphis got going on. You know, I think they need one more wing though. They need one more wing.
Low-key.
I would have loved
to good.
Get somebody like DeMar DeRozan. I know they're in the mix heavy for OG before he went to the Knicks, but I think they desperately need to fill that small forward spot.
Hey man, I think Marcus Smart can still be on the move for them. I can see a Mark. Excuse me. God, dog. Somebody go.
Let me tell you my hot take then. I know you ain't gonna like this, Jerry.
Here we go.
I got my boy Wemby getting the play-in spot.
Oh my God, bro! He's not getting in. We had this conversation last week.
Hating on Wemby, bro.
I'm not hating on Wemby. It's not even Wemby. I believe wholeheartedly in Wemby and Chris Paul. I don't believe in the rest of these niggas. That's the thing. I only believe in Wemby and Chris Paul.
And my boy Stephon Castle too. Don't worry about him. He gonna be
exactly.
Stephon Castle.
Hey, I was looking at their roster the other day. If Chris Paul actually plays good and is not washed, I high key like their roster, bro. Because you got Harrison Barnes. Harrison Barnes is a pro. We know what Harrison Barnes is.
Mm-hmm.
He's a pro hooper. You know what I'm saying? He's a starter. And you got Trey Jones. You got Sohan, who's not playing point guard anymore. He can just play basketball. You got Keldon Johnson. I think the Spurs they got a decent roster. They got a decent top 7 at least.
Mm-hmm.
I still think they're a little bit of experience away, but like I said, it's just hard. The West is just so stacked. If they were out east, bro, they could probably be a legit playoff team out east. But this is in out west.
And you got to think about coaching too. Yep.
Coaching. I mean, yeah, they got the guy over there now.
Come on now, they got the guy with the tape now.
They got the guy. So, which player do you think this year will make their first All-Star game?
Well, I said the Pistons going to make the playoffs earlier, so I definitely got to say Cade Cunningham, and we definitely got to say Wembanyama as well out west. I think those two. Other than those two, man, Jalen Williams and OKC, I think he got a good chance at making it.
Yep, that was mine.
Because normally when you're a top seed, you get about 2. So Shea, obviously, and then J-Dub, or even Chet, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. A guy that's a sleeper for me to get in would be Franz Wagner.
Okay, I like that.
That's because I'm like we were one bad France shooting game away from getting them to the next round, and then he went to the Olympics and balled with team. Him and Mo was going crazy for Team Germany. So I could definitely see Franz Wagner bringing that back and bringing it to the States.
I think Jalen Green as well.
I was going to mention Jalen Green as one that could potentially, even if it's an injury replacement, because I can see Jalen Green for sure getting in.
I can see my DPO.
One player also, last name I mentioned, Bronny James. You know how much everybody be riding for his pop. So I think Bronny James might get that potism spot.
If they and are they is the All-Star game still positionless?
Man, I don't know what they're doing.
Say because if it's normal,
it's 2 guards, for starters, it's 2 guards and 3 front court players.
Okay. Well, I was gonna say,
that's all they say: 2 guards, 3 front court. And we're doing East and West this year. We're not doing the draft no more.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
last year, didn't
it is draft.
It's East West.
I think.
Hold on. My fault. One name I do want to bring up: Evan Mobley.
He was an All-Star before.
No, he wasn't.
Wasn't he an All-Star? No, he wasn't. Jared Allen was.
Jared Allen. I think Evan Mobley. I like what I've seen out of him in the preseason. And I'm not a big Evan Mobley fan at all, but I can admit I like what I've seen out of him in the preseason.
Also another sleeper for potential All-Star spot. I think Minnesota gets 2. I'm hoping that either Jaden McDaniels or Dante DiVincenzo does enough to get in. I'm leaning more towards Jaden McDaniels though.
Man, they ain't finna put no role player in the All-Star game.
I don't know if they get enough offense to do all that. I'm Jimmy Honor.
You said Jaden McDaniels, right? Let me get what you smoking on, bro.
Man, you asked me my opinion. All right.
Jaden McDaniels averaged 7 points a game, bro. He been with no All-Star, bro. Come on.
I think it's touches. Oh my God, touches go up. Anyway, new additions that will make the biggest. All right, bro. All right, new additions that make the biggest impact on their team. The one that stuck out the most to me, they say they got the lineup figured out, but I love DeJounte Murray to the Pelicans. I don't know why I was so in love with that move during the season, and I think he may help this team, especially because this team was very solid without him. But CJ being your only one down the stretch that's handling the ball to me hurt this team a lot. And if all starts to go a little bit south, I do think that they still have plans to move on from BI if they need to. So I definitely think this DeJounte Murray trade did a lot for me, especially as far as wanting to see what the true potential of this team is when fully healthy. It's looking like everybody's looking pretty good except for Trey Murphy, but we shall see going forward. But I think that the DeJounte move was one of the ones that I think that'll help them the most.
I actually very disagree with you. I think DeJounte Murray is a bad fit for the Pelicans. Because I'm looking at their roster, bro. First of all, as a Trae Young fan, I watched a lot of DeJounte Murray the past 2 years. He's sneakily overrated as a defender and as an offensive player. But I'm looking at their roster, bro. I'm looking at DeJounte, CJ, Zion, Brandon. That's your top 4. All those guys operate in the same exact place on the floor. And I think it's going to be a very awkward fit offensively, and I think defensively as well is going to be an awkward fit. They're not playing no center. They're going to play Herb Jones at center, bro. Like, come on now.
Nah, that's my question. Yeah, who really can play center, man? No.
I think personally, I think
on that center, bro. Come on now.
Personally, I think by the deadline they move Brandon Ingram, and I think he's still gonna end up in Cleveland, and they're gonna try and make a move on somebody like Jared Allen. That's just my opinion. That's what I suggested last season.
They just ain't hear you though.
Nah, they didn't hear me.
Gotcha.
They
might have a chance to hear you this time.
But that sounds like a pretty solid trade for both teams. They're trying to beef Mobley up anyway. Move him down. I don't think it's impossible to move Mobley down.
Hey,
I seen him play the 5 though. That ain't it.
Real quick, I got a great announcement, bro.
Talk to me.
I got a huge announcement. The Boston Celtics are 1-0 on the season. Jason Tatum getting his MVP season started off right. Shot 37, 10, and 4. Steve Kerr, you woke up a monster, Steve Kerr. Thank you, Steve Kerr, so much, bro. Man, this is why I love Steve Kerr, bro. He woke up Jason Tatum by benching him in the Olympics. Now nobody finna stop it, bro.
But who is he gonna start over in the Olympics, though, Sean?
We win in the next 5 championships. Thank you, Steve Kerr.
Whoa.
Because he damn sure wants finna start over KD.
What Bron said, not 1, not 2, not 3.
And he showed up there too then.
Next 5, man. Shout out to the Celtics, man.
All right, let's hop into it. Let's real quick before we get out of here. MVP, Rookie of the Year, Finals matchup. Let's start with the MVP. Y'all let me know. I already know what Sharon gonna say.
I just said Tatum.
I don't think we're doing DPOY. It wasn't on the list. You talking about some DPOY. What you gonna say, Wemby?
Yes,
Yeah, I like that.
You
Yeah,
gonna say Wemby? Depending on where they finish, I think Luka is my MVP for this year. Depending on where they finish. He gets above. If he can get to like 4, I think he got a shot.
Okay, I picked somebody else just because you did that.
I mean, if you think
Giannis
it's Luka,
can stay healthy.
Is that Giannis?
If Giannis can stay healthy, man,
I don't know.
But Luka, he's. I thought he should have won last year. So
I did too.
Luka
I
again.
thought it was last year.
Who won it last year? Jokic.
Jokic.
And I like Jokic. I like
Jokic,
but I thought it was what's called.
What does that tell you about where the league is when I can't even remember who won MVP?
Nah, that's just on you, my boy.
What does that tell you, man?
It is on you because I knew it without even asking. Rookie of the Year predictions. Let me know something.
Reed Shepard, or Zach Edey?
I was gonna say Zach Edey was probably my choice because I think he's gonna thrive in that role.
High key, bro. I don't know if Rico's been peeping up in the A. Risa Shea, #1 pick.
That's what I was about to say.
I was very skeptical on him, but
at first he was a little shaky, bro. But now he's starting to.
Yeah, he looks good, and I noticed I didn't think he had some dog in him, but I noticed he got a little bit of he got some puppies in him. You know what I'm saying? So I like Risa Shea. I like that pick. I think Trae Young is very motivated this season.
Yeah, for sure.
I think he has a new energy, a new perspective. So I think the Hawks are going to be very good this year. And I think Risa Shea he's going to be a pretty solid rookie. So I like what I've seen from him.
What y'all think about Alex Saw?
Next question.
All right. NBA Finals prediction. Let's think the one y'all really want and what your heart want. Let me know.
All right, which one you want first?
Go really, then go hard.
So one realistic and one fantasy.
Yeah.
Okay.
All
right. Realistically, I can say that I think that either Celtics or Knicks, and out west, probably. Is it crazy to say Thunder out west?
Not crazy at all.
Not too crazy.
Ain't Thunder maybe out.
Right, they're gonna be the 1 seed.
Yeah, I think Thunder. So I can see for its and giggles. Let's say Celtics and Thunder for what I think is realistic. But what I would love to see is I would love to see the New York Knicks versus anybody in the finals. But I would love to see a Knicks and a Lakers finals. I don't know why. I just feel like it would be very entertaining.
Who the Knicks just lost to?
Celtics.
Anyways.
Oh.
So, realistically, first, I ain't gonna lie, I'd love to see the Thunder, and I'd love to see, for some reason, I'd love to see Philly in there. I ain't gonna lie.
Hell no, bro.
It's going to be.
Mind you, what y'all think about this MB stuff? I know we're trying to go, but this very shocked me so much, bro. The MB is hurt. And then y'all see they asked Nick Nurse, they said, how come Embiid played in the Olympics just fine, but now all of a sudden before training camp or before the season he's hurt? And Nick Nurse said, I have no idea. There's something very fishy in Philadelphia, man. I'm very concerned.
I think he got that Kawhi. He got something terminally with his knees or something. Something going on that I want to talk about.
He got the Kawhi.
I think he chose to sit today.
He got a Kawhi.
Oh, he ain't choose. Hey, the first game of the season, he's sitting down. Come on now.
Yeah, that's not real Kawhi-ish.
That's disgusting words for Joel Embiid. That's disgusting.
Yep.
But go ahead. I'm sorry to interrupt. Who's your fantasy matchup?
No, that was his fantasy one. I was gonna say I like how he asked us which order, then went in the opposite order.
Oops.
All right. So is my go?
Yeah, go ahead.
So for realistic, I think obviously out east, give me the Boston Celtics, and out west, give me the San Antonio Spurs. To be in the NBA Finals.
Okay.
And I got the Spurs win the championship and Victor Wembanyama win the Finals MVP. Now we talking about fantasy. Give me the greatest rivalry in basketball, man. Celtics Lakers. Because I would love to send LeBron into retirement by beating him and winning banner 19. That's my fantasy, bro. That's my fantasy.
All right. Say no more.
True enough.
Anything else we need to add?
He didn't even react when I said the Spurs. He didn't even react. That's crazy.
Cause I was over here coughing a lung out. I heard that foolishness, but I was over here coughing a lung out.
Yeah, you sound like Debo, man.
Nah, bro, my son has been kicking my behind. But man, I think we had a pretty productive show. Sorry about the beginning, y'all. My internet just gave up. This will be the last week that I'm here though. So been working out of town, y'all. Y'all know how that go. But hey, we still got the nightcap Thursday. Sir, how was your first experience on the nightcap, man? I ain't even get to holler at you about it.
Hey, shout out to I forgot what his name was, but shout out to bro
Chicago.
T.
Yeah.
Yeah, he one of the best hosts I ever, did a podcast with. Him and Rico were the best hosts I did a podcast with.
Oh, brother, this man is just a hater.
I ain't even hating. I'm just speaking facts.
Let me guess, sir. I'm the worst host you ever did a podcast with.
See, I don't even think you said all that, man. See, look, you just
I didn't say words.
You
just jumping to conclusions like a shawty right now, bruh.
Come on, man.
For the words in my mouth, you sound like my girl right now, bruh. Jumping to conclusions for the words in my mouth. Nah, we ain't finna do that.
What? Anyway,
a little shot of treatment.
Trying to gaslight me.
Nobody gaslit nothing. That's what you said.
Hey, we need to get my boy Trenchcoat back on here, bro. Talk about some NBA.
But that's what I was trying to figure out, man.
Yeah,
man, he finna get married, man. He ain't worried about us. He done got engaged.
I bet
hey, shout out Trenchcoat, but we need to talk about them Sixers with buddy.
Man, I talked to him earlier.
I told him I need some of that gas he was on, bro.
Man, I talked to them boys earlier, man. He was on some different stuff, boy. But man, Sharon, talk to us. What you thinking, man?
This the outro?
Yeah, we on the outro.
Well, I just want to touch on the WNBA finals because I know we don't talk about this on the podcast because y'all hate women. I don't. But anyways, shout out to the NBA finals. It was one of the best finals I've seen, women's or men's basketball. One of the best series. We need 7 games next year, man. We need that 7 games. But shout out to the Liberty. I'm not trying to take nothing away from them. They won. They're champions, but the rest was on their side. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, that's all I'm gonna say.
The rest was on their side. That's all I'm gonna say. But shout out to all those ladies, the Liberty and the Lynx too. Y'all had an amazing season. But the Liberty, I know, is her first championship in franchise history. That's why you bring in Breanna Stewart. That's why you bring in Jonquel Jones. Finals MVP. That's why you bring them in. Sabrina, you my girl. You a cold hooper, but we can't go 1 for 20 next year, Sabrina. We can't do that, Sabrina. But anyway, could y'all imagine if Jason Tatum went 1 for 20 in the never mind.
Imagine LeBron.
Yeah, he did in the Olympics.
Never mind. Yeah, 1 for 20 handshakes and Gatorades on the bench.
And he wasn't very good handing them waters out.
I'm about to say 1 for 20 on depth ups is crazy. No.
But man, Rico, talk to me.
Man, I'm glad that I had the NBA season back, man. There's gonna be a lot of questions that get answered.
Also, real quick, me and Sherm been talking. I think College Corner will now be turned into its own thing for our YouTube people and to kind of post on Twitter, TikTok, just to get a little more buzz going because we try to limit ourselves to between an hour and hour and 20 minutes on the shows because everybody got lives and everything else. So with basketball coming back, we will be moving College Corner to its own thing, basically.
All right.
It may even be better covered on the nightcap. You just never know, but it will be its own thing for the time being. Rico, get us out of here, man.
Man, let's go, man. Let's get up out of here, man.
That bird sounded like it was dying.
All right.
We got Sherman in the cut. We got my boy Rico over here to the side, man. And I'm your host.
Champ, man.
I'm your host, the heavyweight champ Jay, and I'm out of here, man. Peace.